Good afternoon to everybody. I am Dr. Rodríguez Mañas, and it's my great pleasure to chair this symposium about the role of medical nutrition in well-being other people with losses in intrinsic capacity. First of all, I would like to tell you some logistic issues. The main one is that you have the QR code there on the screen, and you can download the abstracts of this symposium using this QR. So please proceed appropriately in order to get a summary of what we are going to talk about during this session. For assessing the issue of the medical nutrition in this well-being, I have the pleasure of sharing this symposium with three distinguished colleagues. And they are going to talk about these four separate issues. First, I will address the issue of nutritional facts and functional decline, trying to put in context the issue and trying to draw a conceptual framework. After me, Dr. Maria Eugenia Soto will talk about a very burning issue, that is the ICO program that has been built by WHO and is now being assessed, validated in different settings. After that, Professor Philip Schutz will talk us about an EFFORT program, that it's a long-lasting program dedicated to improve nutritional status in the elderly patients. And finally, Professor Stephen Cunnane, that is one of the most important, most relevant scientists in the field of effect of ketogenic fats, will talk us about ketogenic intervention in mild cognitive impairment. Well, this is some part of my CV, but it's not necessary for you to know too much about me. But this is the most relevant contribution of Professor Soto. Professor Soto is a geriatrician, is the head of the Alzheimer's Clinical and Research Center in the Department of Geriatric Medicine at the Toulouse University in France. She is the head of the Aging and Disability Prevention team of the Gerontopole, that it's a WHO collaborating center for Frailty. She leads, jointly to Professor Bruno Bellas, many of you know about him, the implementation of ICOP, and they have recently published a first paper in The Lancet. She's a member of the research agent team, Maintain, and finally, she has a PhD in Alzheimer's disease and cognitive progression. This will be our second speaker. The third one will be Professor Philip Schutz. He's the head of internal medicine and emergency medicine in Canton's Hospital in Telstrasse in Switzerland. He's the president of the Federal Commission for Nutrition in Switzerland. He's professor of medicine and endocrinology nutrition at the University in Basel in Switzerland. He has a FMH board certificate in endocrinology and internal medicine and has a master's degree in Harvard, in the very prestigious Harvard School of Public Health in Boston. He's a member of many scientific and professional organizations, and he has a huge amount of publication in high-impact journals like JAMA and Lancet, and he has obtained a research professorship of the Swiss National Science Foundation, and has been and was the principal investigator of the EFFORT trial. So he is in a very nice position to talk us about this initiative, this EFFORT trial. And finally, Professor Stephen Cunnane will talk us about this ketogenic intervention. He's a researcher in clinical ketotherapeutics at a very well-known university, the Sherbrooke University. He's full professor and senior Canada Research Chair at the Research Center on Aging in this same university. He has been working during many years in the study of the deterioration of brain energy metabolism and how this is linked to the risk of cognitive decline, with a special emphasis in the role of ketones. He has published many research papers and 5 books. Many of them, the majority of them, of course, focused in this problem of the ketones in brain expansion. He was elected 13 years ago as a member of the French National Academy of Medicine, and in 2016 he was honored as a founding fellow of the ISSFAL. In 2018, his team won the Sherbrooke's Top Research Prize for Clinical Science. So I think that we have a very relevant panel of experts in the field, and I think that we are going to enjoy this symposium and, of course, to learn several things.